Hey everybody, it's Yo Taylor back here at the Style Table on My Style Mondays. And this week I'm with my special guest, CEO and President Phyllis Lacy. She is the CEO and President of Quantum Studios, Institute of Technology. That's a mouthful, right? I know her as an artist. She is so talented. I've seen her work. It's phenomenal. But she also teaches children, and she has students that she teaches about art and technology. Is that correct?
Well, I hire teachers to teach technology and art, yes.
Oh,
And that's because I was a teacher for almost 30 years and I wanted to expand the horizons and get students into technology. So I found the best way to do that was to help develop curriculum that I felt was important for students to know so that they could eventually, hopefully, get jobs in that area. And the curriculum is already out there. You just have to make it interesting for students. And so that's what I did. I kind of put a creative bent on it in order to get students to want to do the technology. So that's what it is. So the kids that I work with are K through 12. And the reason why we start at K through 12 is that the earlier they get it, the faster and the better that they learn it, and the more interesting that it becomes.
and they say people who are artistic are always good with math. The two go hand in hand, so it's a natural marriage.
Yeah, it's true. It is true. And the interesting thing is, if you marriage it early enough, if you kind of teach the math and the technology and make it interesting, then they do kind of gravitate towards it and they want to learn both of them, you know? So you want the kids to know the math and you
Mhm.
want them to know the technology. So gradually you put them out there and they learn it and then yeah, they become good at it.
Yeah, and it also allows them to they have fun because they're also artistic. So they have they're creatives, and so that also helps too, right?
Right. So here it is. Technology is creative, okay, because it changes, it evolves. Now, what we do also is we also teach graphic design, and we also teach photography, and we also teach digital music. So those are the technology creative sides, and then we teach Python and coding, which are the more of the other side of the brain. But both of them are just as important. I mean, we have kids that want to know both. And it's interesting. Parents say, my kid is interested in something else. He wants to end up being a doctor. I want my kid to be a dentist. I'm a dentist. I want them to take on my role eventually. Guess what? Every industry is going to eventually have some sort of technology. They're going to have to learn it. And so, why not learn it early on? And even if it's different, eventually, what they do with technology, because they learn it early on, they're going to be able to handle it much easier when they get older, whatever it is. And so, whether they go into designing cars or prostheses or dentures or whatever, technology is going to be there, and you want them to learn it as quickly as possible.
It's so important. Like fashion design is totally, I mean, it's becoming totally technology based.
Yeah,
And so, people are able to, people like me who always secretly wanted to be a designer, I feel like, oh, I might have a chance.
well,
I
when
wouldn't
I
be skilled at drawing or anything, but I feel like, oh my gosh, I have a chance to explore my creative brain even with my handicap.
it's interesting. When I was coming out of high school, the technology wasn't there.
Yeah.
So everything that we would have had to do with designing clothing or furniture was probably by hand,
Yeah.
because my husband, he's an architect, and he didn't learn AutoCAD until later in his career. So he was doing all of his drawings by hand. He said he would flip his tie back and he would have to do all the major drawings by hand. And then all of a sudden, AutoCAD came along, which made it much faster, and he had to learn how to do AutoCAD. If we knew how to do technology when we were in high school and we could be designers, I would have probably been a fashion designer. I would have probably, instead of teaching art, I would have probably gone into the fashion industry, because I would have seen a gateway. I would have seen an opportunity for me to do it on my own and to have done it faster. Because the young girls out there now, because of technology, there's so many different designers out there, from all different walks of life who can do it.
Exactly.
As long as they learn it.
Yeah. And it's exciting, though. It's exciting, and it gives us a variety. It gives us a variety of clothing. It gives us a variety of furniture, of everything. So it's not just dominated by, this is what the style should be, and this is what this look should be. Now you have voices that all ages have the opportunity to share.
Right.
With this technology, which is fantastic.
It's mind blowing. I mean, I have a girlfriend in Jersey who she designs hair products, and the fact that she can design hair products and she can manufacture them so much faster than back in the day, that's all because of technology. She may not be doing the technology but somebody else is. Somebody was able to do some of that for her. She had the idea, she knew what she wanted, and they were able to come up with the formulas for her, which was on the computer. And somebody else was able to do all the mass production for her, which is also technology bent, and get it out there. And she has a corner of the market.
Wow.
Fashion, style, hair products, all that stuff that's important to women. Technology has really made it a lot easier for us to corner the market.
Mm-hmm. It's so exciting because it's moving so fast, and just because you're older, I'm 57 and proud of it, and it doesn't mean I can't get out there and do my thing and learn the technology and get my products out there, because there are people who want what I have and want what I could offer if I chose to do that. Yeah, exciting.
People over 50 are doing just as much as women that are under 50, and people are celebrating 50 over 50, and 50 under 50. And it's because we have the ability to do things, and it's basically because of technology. So let's just say, we're in a community somewhere where they don't have the technology. Mm-hmm. I am understanding now, I was reading somewhere that they're setting up hubs in places where they don't have the technology. And these hubs are addressing the technology needs of that community and helping those people in those communities learn the technology that they need to learn for their community. And that's interesting, right?
So it's exciting.
It's a mind blower.
Right. And you're like you said, you're opening the minds of not only your students that you're helping, but their parents, and they get to see something different, because as we are older and we're the parents, we kind of want to guide your kids, and we get set in our mindset, okay, well, it's this way. But when you show them what they could do with technology as it relates to even what they think that they want their kids to do,
right,
they might say, hey, you know what, I could learn something.
Yeah. So one of the things that I like to do when I set up a program for students, and I did it last year when I was at a private school in DC, is after the students learn about a specific trend in technology, and we have the students to demonstrate what they've learned at the end of the year, show what they've learned, kind of highlight it, and then we bring in somebody from the community to talk about how they use it in their industry, so that the kids have an aha moment and the parents have an aha moment, so that it inspires them to want to continue to have their child learn about it. It may not be through us because they may be graduating on into another school that doesn't have our program, but may have other programs, and then they can continue to work towards getting the kids to stay in technology somehow, some way, which is good, you know.
I think it's fantastic because it is what it is. It's the world.
It is.
I'm a realist. It just is what it is. And it's just a part of our world and our society, technology. Gone are the days. I think my dad's generation is the last generation that could say, I don't want to learn. I don't want to learn, and I'm not going to learn. My father still thinks the text is a page. So, gone are those days. We have our generation on. We've got to stay on top of things. And frankly, you want to stay on top of things,
Yeah, it's interesting. I remember a long time ago when I was in college, I had a friend who went to a really good school. He went to Syracuse, and he said to us, "Oh, there's a great opportunity for all of us to work at this factory, make about $20 an hour, right?"
Right.
And I tried it for 2 days, and I was done. But one thing I learned about working in that factory was that there was a lot of technology in there.
Yeah.
Except you were the person that was actually keeping those machines going.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were making not you weren't making a lot of money, you were making some of the money, but to be on the other end, to making the machinery and to actually doing something else other than the manual part of it would be the blessing. So, it was a door opener. And, I was like, wow, we were doing something, but I couldn't see myself doing it forever.
Right. And really, my father, that's what he was doing. He was running machines through technology. He was watching the flows and mixing the chemicals and all that through technology that he had to keep up with at work, so he could learn, so he could keep going. And it's just that when you get to a certain age, sometimes you're just like, he was just like, okay, I'm done with that job. That's it.
Right.
Done. But nowadays you can't be done. You got to keep going. You've got to keep giving yourself opportunities to learn the next thing. It also helps. They said the more you learn, the less likely you start thinking about dementia and Alzheimer's and things like that. They're those kind of things where you keep your brain cells going, and reading and learning helps to help you maybe even stave off some of that.
Right. Yes. So the technologies, supposedly, the more you do learn, because a lot of it is math, the more you do learn, the less likely you will have dementia, supposedly. But I think there's more research that needs to be done about that.
Yeah.
But I do know that learning at an early age does set you up for success in the future, because you have an opportunity to see down the road the opportunities that there are. And if someone were to tell you that, okay, you're going into XYZ of a field and they're going to use technology, you're not afraid of what's coming because you've had the opportunity to use it on so many different levels early on.
Yeah.
So that's the blessing. But then again, you have to be open to doing it. And I do know that in certain communities, they're not bringing technology to those communities. So I want to bring this technology to those communities and make sure the kids get it early on.
Yes.
And a lot of times it's in our Black communities, we don't get it as quickly. So my goal is to bring it to our communities and make sure our kids get it just as fast, because they do say we are in a digital divide, is that if we don't get it now, that by the year, what they say, 2035, we'll be behind. And I just really feel as though we can do it. We can do anything. So why not get everybody on board? I mean, what happened during the pandemic? There was a
Oh
lot of,
gosh, I was going to just say that that was an eye opener as far as who was really getting what they needed and who was behind and who was going to be even further behind because they didn't have access to the technology that they needed. Just broadband, whether it was in the city or in these rural areas. My husband and I were just driving through Pennsylvania. We got turned around and there was just no internet. There was no,
really,
yeah, there was just there couldn't have we couldn't get any signals. It was kind of creepy, but you're like, I mean, it's why can't I get any signal? So there
wow,
were large parts of certain parts of the area where we were driving, there was just
that's
nothing.
amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
So the technology had to be pretty slow or non-existent.
Oh
And
my, that's amazing.
yeah,
Oh, I didn't think it was still like that.
yeah, there are parts of the
Pockets. There's
country
still
that,
pockets.
yeah, there's still pockets that. So you have to. It's just a part of life, and we just have to open the door for it and jump on it. Come on in. The water's fine.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. I mean, even this technology that people are now doing the Zooms or the different platforms for communication and allowing people to, step into your world and see what you're doing and see what I'm doing on a daily basis, I think is awesome. It wasn't there before, like
Hmm.
like it is now.
Yeah.
And so, communication is coming to us very fast and very easily. So I hope that the only thing that I'm hoping is that I'm able to bring this platform of technology to the young people. I do have an adult program that
Hmm.
I wanted to share with you too. Is that my adult program is for anyone over 18 and beyond. And it's certified through SHEV, which is the State Council for Higher Education in Virginia, which means that anyone that takes any of the programs that we offer can get a certificate or diploma. And the classes that we offer are to get people to work. That's it,
And
basically.
and so you're certified. And can people take these classes online or is it in person?
So all of our classes are either online or in person. Right now, we're trying to get people to take them online because we're trying to capture more people as possible. But we do have an office in Tyson's Corner area where we can offer classes in person. But what has happened, and the research has shown that industries are doing all their teaching online. So, for instance, if you're taking a class, if you're already working for a technology company and they want to do some teaching of some new product that they have, they're going to teach it online. So we've come to the decision, if they're going to teach what they have online, we might as well teach what we have online
Yeah,
because you've got to learn how to deal with the different platforms.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
it might be a quick dirty class on ethics, or it could be on a technology class. It doesn't matter. They want you to learn how to do it online. All of our classes are between 1 week or 2 weeks. And they could be a CompTIA class, for instance, in cybersecurity,
Hmm.
or it could be in ethical hacking or networking computers. And they will run between 8 hours a day, up to 5 days a week, and it's very doable.
Yeah, yeah, because you can learn a lot in a short period of time. And I imagine your schedule can be flexible, like if you can only do an hour a day, or is it flexible like that, or is it set?
Well, so the teachers block off the time. So the teachers will start at around 8,
Mhm.
and then they'll stop around maybe 12 or 1 for lunch, and then they'll start up again around 2, and
Okay,
then again around 5.
okay,
So it's actually a teacher sitting there working with you.
okay, that's
So
good. But I mean, listen, it's really personal. You have, it's more intimate. And so you can actually get a lot of good learning in when you have direct contact.
So,
And
and our teachers are everywhere. So I have a teacher that's overseas, and they just kind of set their time so that they know if we're over here Eastern time, they're going to set it up to start our time. And they've done this for years.
yeah.
They've worked with different companies in the United States. They're certified. They're well known, uh, and they do a good job. And what else could I say about them? The teachers, the people, when they finish taking the classes from the teachers, they can get their certifications, which means when they finish taking our classes, they can sit for the certifications. And the certifications are normally anywhere that you want to take them in any state. Usually you can just look them up online and they'll tell you where you can take a certification. So it's
Oh,
very,
wow. That's really cool.
yeah, it's pretty easy. The thing that I like most about our classes is that they're convenient and that they rotate every month. So, for instance, if you want to take a cybersecurity class, it will start, for instance, the first of the month for the first week of the month, and it'll be over at the end of that first week.
Hmm.
And it'll start again the next month at the beginning of the week, the beginning of the month, and it'll be over at the end of the week. And you can go and look for a class, look for a time to take your exam anytime during that month and take the exam, pass it, and be done. Usually, people that get recertified are working already in the industry, or people that are getting certified are trying to get their foot in the door.
Yeah.
Usually, if you're starting out trying to get your foot in the door for a new certification, you're aiming to make about $80,000 to $90,000 a year. So these are really good certifications.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Certifications.
Yeah. That sounds awesome. That sounds so awesome.
If they go to our website, which is quantumstudios.org, we have lots of information under each one of our classes that'll tell you what's entailed in the class, what the certification's about, where you can work. And the other thing that I tell people too is that if you want to know more about the classes or about the industry, go to bls.org, which is the Bureau for Labor Statistics, and look up an industry like cybersecurity, and they'll give you the statistics there for that particular industry. Like what's the education that you have to have? Who's hiring? What type of industry is hiring for that job? How many people are hiring in the entire United States? Who's hiring? Is it like 500? Is it like 200? They'll tell you 2%, or whatever. And you'll be able to say, okay, that's an industry I can go into, or that's too competitive. Okay. So that's bls.org. So that's the Bureau for Labor Statistics. So people can get the information from the government right away instead of saying, oh, they have this information online. Can I compare and contrast and see if this is true? And the information is right there for them.
Wow. Okay. So you guys, she dropped like so much information. And so if you're looking for a career change or if you're looking for something else to do, if you're trying to figure out what you want to do, this has been great information. And she just laid out a bunch of opportunities and different certifications you can get to either restart your career. If you're retired, want to do something else, go ahead and check that out. She's going to, after the show, she's going to drop her direct information into the comments so you can connect with her and find out all of the opportunities you have to jumpstart, restart, reinvent, whatever you want to do. You can get with her and learn a lot in a short period of time and get certified.
Very good.
Now we're going to talk a little bit about her style. We have worked together. I did a closet cleanse for Phyllis, and it was hysterical, and we had a good time, but we did help a lot of people out with clothes that we donated, and just tell us about how that made you feel, and
Oh,
what did you
I thought it was awesome. I thought it was awesome. I mean, I didn't really know what to anticipate, but I have to tell you, I like the fact that my closet is cleaned out. I had tried cleaning out my closet before myself. I mean, we had met weeks before you had done my closet cleanse, and I said to myself, I got to get rid of some of these clothes anyway. So I must have cleaned out maybe 5 or 6 or more bags of clothes. And my husband was like, wow, you got rid of a lot of stuff. I said, yeah, I need to get rid of all this stuff. And then you came along and you went in my closet and you got rid of tons of more stuff. But I realized what you did was you got rid of the things that were not quality clothing. And I had heard um, people talk about, junk versus quality. And the quality things are now in the closet, which means a lot. I can go up there and I can just quickly look and see, what is quality. And when I get dressed, I feel like $1,000,000 because I'm wearing only the things that are high quality. And my mindset has changed that when I look for things now, I'm only looking for things that are going to make me look professional, things that I know that are high quality because I've gotten a little training from you, things that are, you just don't go out and just buy anything. You just have to know what's quality. So it was amazing.
It was things. The funniest thing was to go when I always have you guys. I always have women go through their own purses, and
Oh,
oh my gosh! So I'm like, here's yet all these purses.
oh,
So we kept the things that you keep purses that are quality. The purses that are going to get you some ROI. Uh, Things that if you ever decide to sell, you're going to get some money back for them because they hold their value. We also had fun because we talked about as far as what you're going to keep. When you were talking about quality things that will last for many many years. Also, you guys, we want to protect the environment, and so it's easy. So many times I'm guilty. We go in, there's a TJ Maxx, you're at a conference somewhere and there's a TJ Maxx there. I'm buying, you find yourself, I'm like, okay, well, it's on clearance markdown. I need these purple jeans or whatever, because it's there and you buy it and then it's
my
hanging in the
girlfriend calls
closet.
it trash. She says, "What trash did I buy today?" And now I don't buy any trash. She says,
Yeah,
"Oh my God, I bought so much trash today." I said, "I'm not buying any trash. I'm buying nothing but quality. If I
yeah,
buy one thing a month,
yeah,
it's going to be quality. I'm not buying like 5 things for $25 each.
right.
I'm going to buy one thing for maybe $200, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's going to be something that's going to be useful for something else, and it's just going to add to my wardrobe, and I'm
right.
done. And I'm done.
Exactly. Because we're looking at it's better to have good quality. Less is always more.
Right,
Less is always more.
right.
So
And
that's
and to go into my closet and to see the nice things that I have in there, and to know when I put them on, and I go and meet some people and talk about my business, and to and to want them to invest in bringing the company to their location for their students. It's always good to look your best.
yeah. Yeah. You want to look like the clients and the people that you want to attract.
Yeah,
So you need to look elevated. And so you'll attract that client.
right.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what you want to catch. So
And it was interesting. The other day I was out shopping. I think I had just gone to a business. Well, it was one of my programs, my after school programs in DC. And I had just thrown on a blazer and some black slacks. And I was in a store and somebody came up. She was talking on the phone and she said, "Oh, she looks really good." And she was talking to me. She goes, "Oh, you look really good." And she said, "I'm talking to my daughter on the phone." And I was like, "Oh, well, thank you." And it was just, the minimal things that I have on. I had on the blazer and the outfit, and it was just, I didn't think it was anything special, but it was all quality all the way down.
Exactly.
And she liked it. She liked what she saw. So if she liked it, probably where I had just come from, the school,
Right.
it made them feel good probably to see me walk in there wearing what I had on to talk to them about whatever it was that I talked to them about for that day. So it
Right.
does make a difference.
Awesome. Well, you guys, that's it for today. I love my Style Mondays. It is so much fun. I love having these chats and learning about new businesses and all these fantastic things that all these women are doing. You know where you can find me. I am on at the style table. I'm at thestyletable.com. I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. I am everywhere. You can see this on my YouTube channel at the Style Table LLC, where you'll see Phyllis and many other fabulous women who are talking about their business and their style. Like I said before, Phyllis is going to drop all her information because she gave us a lot of good information. We learned a lot, and she's going to put all of her information in the comments after the show. And so you can connect with her and see how you can maybe explore a new career. Or if you're a grandparent, there's all kinds of activities and things that maybe the kids can learn in the summer. And it's online, and you can do it in person if you live in the Virginia area. So it's all awesome information. And I hope to see you all next week on My Style Mondays, every Monday at 7 p.m. Don't forget to subscribe to YouTube channel. All right, guys. Bye.